Good morning, viewers. Today we welcome the arrival of the new generation Ford Everest, available in 3 trims: Sport, Trend and Titanium. Prices now start at a little under 264,000 ringgit. And in this video, we're going to take a quick walk around of the new next generation Ford Everest. Now, the Ford Everest has always been a very large vehicle, but obviously this new generation is even larger than before. This car is now wider, taller and longer than the vehicle that it replaces, and with all of that metalwork, the Everest now looks a lot more bold and a lot more assertive than the outgoing model. Now, the vehicle that you see here is the entry-level sport model, which has a lot of black trim everywhere and 20-inch black alloy wheels, which look rather smart. Although as you move up the range, there are different wheels, different trims and different colors for you to choose from. Overall though, it is a pretty good looking car, and that continues to the rear. Now at the back of the Everest, you can see this very bold design, very different from the car that it replaces, with this Everest script nicely across the tailgate. Now, of all the 3 variants, of course the Titanium looks like the most premium, but this sport model with its blacked out wheels and blacked out trim looks really murdered out, and I have to say it's kind of cool. Now in the boot, which has a button here somewhere, it is electronically openable, and you do have a kick function underneath the bumper. With the 3rd row up, you do get a pretty decent amount of space, although it really isn't that much. And obviously, if you want a people lugger, get a Kia Carnival. And you do get a little bit of space under here for tools and various sorts of other things. Now with the Sport and Trend models, these rear seats are collapsible manually, but in the Titanium they are electrically adjustable, so you just have to press a few buttons and you can get this all the way open for you to move house or ransack a durian farm. Now let's move inside. Now inside the new Everest, they claim that there is more quietness and tranquility than before, and there's definitely been an uptick in terms of quality. All variants now get leather power adjustable front seats, and they also come as standard with the Sync 4 infotainment system in either 10.2 or 12-inch sizes. You also get a digital instrument cluster in either 8 or 12-inch sizes. You get dual zone climate control as standard. You also get a wireless charger and electronic parking brake, and it all looks rather good. What is unique, however, to the higher end models are things such as the leather wrapped gear lever. This is plastic. And there are some slightly different trims all around. But what's very clear is, even though this is the entry-level sport model, it still looks very plush and very premium. So maybe you don't need to spend over 300,000 ringgit for the Titanium. Now inside the new Everest, of course, there is an abundance of space. Every panel and every space in this car has been redesigned for added comfort and practicality. As this is a 7-seater, you do get 3 rows of seats, and here in the 2nd row, even with this setup for a 6-footer, this is certainly not my seating position, I still have a good amount of knee room, and I can tuck my feet in quite deep underneath the front seat. There's also an abundance of headroom, and I get vents up here on the ceiling to ensure that I'm comfortable. And although I might not get my climate control, I do at least get a fan speed adjuster down here. There are also plenty of USB ports around the place to ensure that devices can stay charged up, and like I said, it's a practical space. Now the 3rd row, as with most 3-row SUVs, is kind of limited and should only be used for smaller passengers, adults over short distances, or children. However, you do get ISOFIX mounts only on the 2nd row, so 7-seater but 2 child seats. Now the next generation Ford Everest is available with 2 engine choices. The entry-level sport model gets a 2-litre single turbo diesel engine producing 170 PS and 405 Newton meters of torque, with power going to the rear wheels via a 6-speed automatic transmission. For Trend and Titanium models, you get the same 2-litre engine but now with 2 turbos, producing 210 PS and 500 Newton meters of torque, with power going to all 4 wheels via a selectable all-wheel drive system through a 10-speed select shift automatic gearbox. This should mean better fuel economy, better capability on and off-road. Now behind us is the Ford Everest Titanium, which is the range topper for the new generation Everest. Now, of course, we have to talk about pricing and warranties. So the next generation, it works. So the next generation Ford Everest starts with the Sport model from 263,888 ringgit, rising to the next gen Everest Trend from 281,888 ringgit, and then topping off at the next gen Everest Titanium for 308,888 ringgit. This represents a pretty steep uptick over the outgoing model, but of course these cars now come with a 3-year manufacturer warranty plus a 2-year extended warranty. Now, the next generation Ford Everest no doubt builds upon the credentials of the outgoing car, which means of other 3-row ladder frame SUVs, there's no doubt that this will be very good to drive, very comfortable, very practical, and pretty fuel efficient with the new 2-litre diesel engines. But let us know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think they're overreaching with these prices, or do you think this is exactly how much they should be charging for something that looks this good? In any case, I've been AIMAN ABDULLAH. Thanks for watching.